Hello YouTube, Dave here again, and today I've got another Starfinder video for you, and I'm going to be looking at the Starfinder flip mat. This is the Cantina one. So this is just a battle mat that you can use. It folds out, but what's great about it is it has a coating on the surface that makes it usable with wet, dry, and permanent markers. It says that permanent markers erase from the mat. On the back here, it gives you a little preview of what we got, but I'm going to open it up and actually show you guys how everything looks here. This was 14, if it'll focus there, $14.99 US, and I think it worked to around $17 or $18 Canadian plus tax. So I wanted to get one of these for a while now, and for anyone who's watched my, a lot of my older D&D stuff, I had actually done a review for the Adventure Grid that came out for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, and even though that was sort of just like a blank surface to work with, I was a little bit disappointed in it overall, and mainly because I was worried about the durability of it, having this basically the paper with the coating on it just glued to cardboard that folds and unfolds like sort of a board game board. So this is sort of an alternative to that, and this is really cool. So there's a whole bunch of these for Pathfinder and Starfinder. So Starfinder, there's other ones that I've seen are your basic Starfield, which is for like ship-to-ship combat. Then there was like your basic terrain, and I think that was it. Those are the only two that I know that I've seen. But then there's also this one, which is for cantinas. So if you have something take place in essentially a sci-fi equivalent to a tavern, then this is actually, again, something that's really cool. And, a lot of things can happen in a cantina. Just think of, Star Wars with Mos Eisley in A New Hope. And just, the situation that unfolded there, the confrontation between Han and Greedo, and all that good stuff. So, again, just looking at the back here. So this is a 24 inch by 30 inch mat, and it folds to 8 by 10. So it folds to essentially almost the same size as just a standard piece of paper, with 1 inch squares on each side. So the Starfield, I think, would be hex based if I recall correctly, and the ones that are used for personal combat would be just the regular grid. So it says, drink till you see the stars. Slip into a private booth and let the story begin. Whether your illegal negotiations with the freighter captain break out in a sword fight, or your celebratory night in an opulent space resort's lounge turns into an action-packed shootout, starfaring adventures tend to begin or end in the bar. Starfinder Flip Mat Cantina presents both low-life and high-class options for urban intrigue. From a scum-riddled backwater dive, appropriate for any colony planet or drifter asteroid, to a high-society dance club befitting the richest space stations and star yachts. Either way, the drinks flow and the lasers fly, as both include their own back rooms for private shows and dirty deals. Immerse your players in the secret plots and exhilarating gunfights found in space nightlife with Starfinder Flip Mat Cantina. Your next adventure is just a drink away. And what's also really cool on here is it gives you the direction for use. It says a special coating on each flip mat allows you to use wet erase, dry erase, and permanent markers with ease. Removing permanent ink is easy. Simply trace over any permanent mark with a dry erase marker. Wait 10 seconds, then wipe both marks off with a dry cloth or paper towel. So that's actually really cool. And it's something that somebody else had mentioned to me a while back, and I haven't had a chance to test it out yet. But it's something that I kind of want to see if I can do, because that, again, just seems like a really, really great idea. So if you want to have stuff that's marked on there that you're going to use from session to session, instead of worrying about it rubbing off, just leave it on there with a permanent marker and then just trace over it with a dry erase, give it a few seconds, and it just wipes right off apparently. And people have said that that works. So, but it's really cool that they allow that, or they make that information known on the packaging itself. So without further ado, we'll open this up. Maybe, I mean, it's already started for me, and yet I'm still struggling. All right. See if I can just slide it right out of there. There we go. So this is probably just a paper cover. Nothing fancy on it there. But let's just kind of push this stuff back a bit. This is a table that really needs to be kind of cleaned off, but see if we can get sort of an idea. So while I like the fact that they don't have like the cardboard, and so the sheer weight of it can make it feel like it's going to fall apart at some point. The one thing about this, and let me just pick this up. The one thing about these, their only real downside is that you have to do something to kind of get them to sit flat. So maybe have some books weighing down the sides. But that said, this is still really, really cool looking. I'll try to get back as far as I can. So again, that's just really nice looking, and for scale, it's a D&D miniature, but just so you can kind of get an idea, there's the miniature there. So it's actually a fairly good sized mat. And then you've got the other side here. So this is your, I don't know if you saw my D&D books there. I'm working on something for Adventures League, but anyway, and my French vanilla. But anyway, so this is the kind of the slums looking one. And again, you got some like private back rooms, you got some like gambling stuff going on. So again, this is just really cool, and I like these. And again, I like the fact that it's not just glued to regular cardboard. So I don't feel like just from opening it and unfolding it that it's going to end up ripping and tearing. And it folds back up pretty easily. So I was able to do that with one hand and not have to worry about it. Even to this day, even though I've been using it for a few months, I still feel very cautious when I'm trying to open up the D&D Adventure Grid. So this feels just a little bit easier to use, a little less worrisome, and there are different varieties. So again, this is very specific to sort of a cantina setting. So if your campaigns don't really use those, then this particular one's not going to be the best for you, but again, they have some standard terrain, basic terrain, and they have like the Starfield again for the ship-to-ship combat. And so this is just the Starfinder ones. Now for the Pathfinder role-playing game, there are a ton of these as well, and the prices aren't that bad. So really, if I had to choose between the D&D Adventure Grid and getting one of these flip mats, I would go with the flip mats. I'd probably try to get one that's a little bit more generic, but I really wanted to get this one just because it's so cool looking to have like these large cantinas and bars and stuff. So it would be really great way to start off a campaign or have something kind of interesting happen. But again, I like these products quite a bit. So in the comments below, let me know what you guys think of these flip mats. If you have them, let me know how they've held up for you. Like, do you have to use them regularly, frequently, and have you had any issues with them? Because like I said, I actually really like these, and if Wizards of the Coast is looking to release another battle mat for they're basically a grid for them to use miniatures with, I kind of hope that they take this route. Again, maybe not go as specific as something like this particular product, but just have the paper itself. You don't need the cardboard. The cardboard just kind of makes it scary to deal with. And with the cardboard one, it's even got a slit basically down 2/3 of the middle. So again, I like these quite a bit more actually. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Look forward to reading them, and as always, thank you very much for watching.